wasn't the only one who could do this. So there were researchers in the 20s and in the 40s who went out with a bunch of equipment, whatever equipment they could cobble together, and tested other yogis who were able to do this exact same thing, right? So Swami was part of this long lineage of people who had this knowledge. Is it still there? It could be, but again, I don't think it's online. I think you really have to get out in the weeds and earn these people's trust in order to get that story.
High in the frozen peaks of the Himalayas, monks whisper of impossible truths, of living without food, of mastering energy itself. Are these ancient secrets mere myth or lost science? In a world addicted to consumption, could the power to survive, to transcend hunger, already lie dormant within us? Tonight, we reveal the hidden techniques they never wanted you to discover.
The visualization is a lot simpler. When you visualize yourself as a fully blown up balloon that is hollow, then you visualize a little object inside you, glowing and generating heat.
The breatharian ascetics. In remote corners of the Himalayas, monks have practiced pranic living, surviving purely on air and cosmic energy. Known as breatharians, these individuals claim they can abandon food entirely, sustaining themselves with meditation and sunlight. Documented cases like Prahlad Jani, who allegedly survived decades without eating, spark outrage and disbelief among scientists. His body was tested under strict observation in 2010, baffling medical experts. How could a human survive so long without nourishment? Critics scream hoax, yet the mystery lingers. Are these monks accessing an ancient biological switch buried deep within us all? Could mastering mind and breath alone unlock the ability to transcend hunger? If true, it would overturn the very foundation of human physiology. But deeper secrets remain, hidden behind stone walls and sacred vows of silence. The secret of Tummo fire. Tucked away in isolated caves, monks practice Tummo, the art of inner fire. Through controlled breathing and visualization, they generate enough body heat to survive blizzards with minimal clothing. Scientific studies by Harvard's Dr. Herbert Benson in the 1980s confirmed these feats. Monks could raise their skin temperature by up to 17 degrees Fahrenheit. If the mind can control the body's thermodynamics, what else is possible? Could this be a missing link to surviving without food, metabolizing internal reserves through mental command? Skeptics argue it's mere ritual, yet experiments recorded monks drying wet sheets in freezing temperatures purely through heat they summoned within. Modern humans think of food as fuel, but these monks hint at an energy source far more profound. If you could control your body's furnace, could you eliminate the need to feed it altogether? The lost science of Soma. Ancient Vedic texts whisper of Soma, the divine nectar said to grant immortality and strength beyond mortal limits. Described as a sacred drink derived from secret Himalayan plants, its true identity remains a mystery. Some scholars argue Soma wasn't a physical substance at all, but a metaphor for an altered state achieved through intense meditation and fasting. Could Soma be a key to the foodless existence monks now hint at? Was it a biochemical transformation triggered by sacred practices rather than a tangible potion? Modern botanists search for physical explanations, yet the texts suggest a deeper truth. Soma flows not from the earth, but from within the soul. Could mastering the body's hidden biochemistry unlock superhuman longevity without a single bite of food? The breath of the mountain gods. Local legends speak of yogis who climb Everest without oxygen tanks, guided by an ancient breathing technique unknown to modern science. Called Sudarshan Kriya, this method involves rhythmic cycles of breath, that supposedly oxygenate the body far beyond normal capacity. Practitioners claim it awakens dormant energies, allowing them to survive harsh conditions without external aid, including food. Studies from prestigious institutes hint at measurable changes in brain waves, stress hormones, and immune function. Could these monks be altering their blood chemistry to tap an invisible energy field? Modern alpinists rely on gear, but ancient monks rely on breath alone. In a crisis, could mastering the breath be humanity's ultimate survival tool? The secret caves of Padmasambhava, buried beneath glacial ice and moss, the Himalayas conceal thousands of hidden caves. In these sacred retreats, ancient masters like Padmasambhava, founder of Tibetan Buddhism, are said to have unlocked the final truths of existence. Explorers who dared enter these caverns reported strange energies, bizarre echoes, and even hallucinations. Were these merely side effects of isolation or something more? Some monks believe these caves amplify natural electromagnetic fields, enhancing meditation and possibly human biology. Is it coincidence that some of the greatest ascetic feats, including foodless survival, emerged from these stone wombs? If location influences consciousness, what other powers could be sleeping within Earth's hidden chambers? The case of Yogi Satyamurti. In the early 1900s, colonial British officials documented a baffling case. Yogi Satyamurti, a hermit from the Indian Himalayas, was said to have lived nearly 30 years without eating. Skeptics dismissed the reports as exaggeration until doctors in Calcutta examined him. They found no signs of malnutrition, despite his admission that he had not eaten since a spiritual awakening in his 20s. Witnesses described his skin glowing, his muscles strong. Scientists proposed slowed metabolism or unknown bacterial symbiosis, but no consensus was ever reached. His final disappearance into the forests only deepened the mystery. Was Satyamurti living proof that consciousness alone could sustain the body? And if so, how many others learned and guarded this silent art? The astral sustenance theory. Some Himalayan traditions speak of astral sustenance, the ability to absorb life energy directly from the etheric realms. In rare manuscripts, monks describe rituals where the body becomes a vessel, drinking in prana from unseen dimensions. Some modern quantum physicists speculate that our universe is awash with subtle energy fields. Could certain states of consciousness allow human beings to tap into this hidden nourishment? Remote viewing experiments, electromagnetic anomalies around meditation masters, and unexplained healing events suggest that something is happening beyond material science. Could our obsession with physical food blind us to the true feast all around us? Sun gazing, the forgotten practice. Sun gazing, the ancient practice of absorbing energy directly from the sun, has been quietly practiced for thousands of years. In Himalayan monasteries, initiates are taught to stare at the setting or rising sun during specific windows, supposedly absorbing pure energy. Figures like Hira Ratan Manek claim to have lived for years without solid food, subsisting primarily on sunlight. Though doctors have tested him and recorded months without regular meals, mainstream science brands the phenomenon as inconclusive. Yet secret traditions argue sun gazing unlocks dormant pineal gland functions, allowing the body to photosynthesize energy, like plants. Could the greatest source of nourishment be shining over our heads all along? The mystery of the rainbow body. In Tibetan Buddhist lore, the rainbow body is the ultimate achievement, complete transmutation of the body into pure light. Legends claim that advanced monks, upon death, and sometimes even in life, shrink their bodies, emit radiant light, and dissolve into nothingness. Modern cases, like the monk Khenpo Achur in 1998, were witnessed by hundreds. The phenomenon hints at the body transcending physical laws, including hunger, aging, and decay. If a human can become pure energy, surviving without food is merely a stepping stone. Skeptics call it folklore. Believers say it's the future evolution of humanity. What if the rainbow body isn't a miracle, but a blueprint encoded deep within every human being? The monks of Mount Kailash. Mount Kailash, revered as the Axis Mundi, the center of the world, holds more than spiritual significance. Tibetan monks believe the mountain is a living entity, radiating a frequency that can sustain life without material sustenance. Pilgrims recount visions of luminous beings meditating without need for food or drink. Strangely, despite numerous expeditions, no one has successfully climbed Kailash. Those who try report bizarre fatigue, hallucinations, and sudden illnesses. Scientists theorize magnetic anomalies. Monks whisper of an ancient energy field protecting sacred secrets. Could Mount Kailash itself be an ancient transmitter of the life force, allowing monks to feed on pure earth energy? If so, has humanity forgotten its birthplace and the power still sleeping beneath our feet? The unseen monasteries of Zanskar. Hidden within the folds of Ladakh's Zanskar Valley, secret monasteries are carved into sheer cliffs, invisible to the untrained eye. Ancient texts refer to these as the places where the breath of gods nourishes the body. Explorers who stumbled upon them describe monks of shocking vitality who claim to have fasted for years at a time. These monasteries are virtually inaccessible, preserving techniques untouched by modernity. Could these remote sanctuaries safeguard humanity's last living knowledge of true self-sustenance? Some say yes, and that the monks themselves would rather vanish into myth than allow their secrets to be desecrated by a hungry world. The silent saints of the snow line. Above 18,000 feet, where life seems impossible, reports persist of silent saints, hermits clad in little more than thin robes, thriving without food or shelter. Local herders whisper of encounters with radiant beings who speak little, eat nothing, and leave no footprints in the snow. Skeptics attribute these tales to frostbitten hallucinations, but physical evidence, footprints, artifacts, even filmed glimpses, keeps surfacing. Could these beings represent the next stage of human evolution? Are they humans who transcended the biological needs of the flesh? Or are they something else entirely? Ancient guardians watching from the edges of the known world. The monastic oracle of Lamo Latso. In a remote monastery near the sacred Lamo Latso lake, a powerful oracle has guided Tibetan rulers for centuries. This oracle, trained through brutal meditation and fasting, reportedly survives months without normal food intake before rituals. Witnesses describe strange phenomena during his visions: levitation, clairvoyance, and radical body temperature shifts. Could the deprivation unlock hidden layers of human perception and deeper reserves of cosmic energy? Western anthropologists who studied the oracle were left speechless, unable to explain the physical changes they observed. Is fasting a mere test of will, or an ancient method of tuning the body to a forgotten frequency? The echoes of the 7-year fast. One of the most chilling legends among Himalayan monks tells of a man who undertook the 7-year fast, a supreme test said to unlock the rainbow body. According to oral tradition, he secluded himself in a cave with nothing but water and snow. Years later, when the cave was opened, no body remained, only a pile of folded robes and the scent of sandalwood lingering in the icy air. Skeptics dismiss it as symbolic mythology. Yet even today, secret ceremonies honor this unknown monk. If the tale is true, It suggests that the transformation from flesh to energy is not just possible, but a destiny once understood by ancient masters, now lost to a world obsessed with the material. The secret teachings of Milarepa. Milarepa, one of Tibet's greatest mystics, was said to have lived on nothing but nettle soup, and eventually pure meditation. His skin reportedly turned green from the plants, but he radiated a supernatural vitality. In ancient accounts, Milarepa spent years isolated in mountain caves, surviving extreme winters without external food or heat. His teachings emphasize complete control of the body through mastery of the mind, suggesting that the flesh, once disciplined, becomes its own source of sustenance. Western scholars have tried to rationalize these feats, yet no full explanation fits. Was Milarepa merely a symbol of spiritual purity, or a real practitioner of forgotten biological laws? The hidden yogas of immortality. Among the most sacred Himalayan lineages, there exists knowledge of the 9 secret yogas, techniques not written down, but passed orally through generations. These yogas allegedly allow a practitioner to regenerate cells, enter suspended animation, and survive on minimal air and cosmic energy. Fragmentary accounts suggest specific postures combined with mental visualization techniques can trigger the pineal gland and alter DNA expression. Is it possible that what we consider aging and hunger are simply optional biological programs? If so, why has modern science ignored these methods? Are they too dangerous or too liberating? The white powder of the ancients. Some esoteric sources claim that hidden in Himalayan temples are recipes for white powder gold, an alchemical substance that can nourish the body without traditional food. Legend suggests that consuming this mysterious powder activates light body properties, enhances DNA, and eliminates hunger. Ancient texts call it manna from heaven, a substance so powerful it was kept from the masses. Modern researchers speculate about high-spin monoatomic elements hidden within the powder. Could it be that the monk's ability to survive without food is partially enhanced by forgotten alchemical science? The bloodless initiates of Kham. In the remote region of Kham, witnesses report initiates whose bodies appear almost bloodless, their heart rate so low that machines can barely detect them. In 1959, CIA operatives reportedly observed monks undergoing hibernation training, surviving freezing conditions without food or heat. Some intelligence files remain classified. Could these bloodless states reflect an ancient biological adaptation, allowing humans to enter metabolic stasis? Science calls it extreme survival physiology. But to the monks of Kham, it's simply called the Great Silence, and they warn that once the silence is entered, there is no return to ordinary life. The hidden pathways of the Shambhala Network. Whispers across the Himalayas speak of the Shambhala Network, a system of hidden paths, caves, and energy points linking sacred sites across the mountains. Some claim that monks use these pathways to travel without eating or sleeping, tapping into Earth's ley lines. Explorers who accidentally stumbled upon parts of the network reported feeling dizzy, euphoric, even rejuvenated. If Earth has natural energy conduits, and monks learned how to live by feeding from them, could humanity access a global life support system hidden in plain sight? And if so, why are its locations kept secret, jealously guarded by those who understand their true power? The monks and the zero-point field. Some Himalayan adepts hint at something breathtaking, that their energy practices tap into what modern physicists call the zero-point field, the background sea of quantum energy present in all of space. While scientists struggle to even measure it, monks speak calmly of drinking from the invisible river. Could it be that through breathwork, meditation, and altered states, the body becomes a conduit for this limitless energy source? If monks have discovered how to bypass conventional food intake and feed directly from the universe's base frequency, it would not just rewrite biology, it would rewrite reality itself. The cold immortals of Mustang. High in Nepal's Mustang region, local legends speak of cold immortals, hermits who retreated into caves for centuries. When rediscovered, their bodies had barely aged, preserved without any known embalming methods. Locals claim these beings entered a state of living death, neither needing food, nor drink, nor even breath. Some researchers suggest that freezing temperatures and hypoxic conditions triggered unknown biological states. Yet monks insist it was spiritual mastery, not environmental accident, that allowed them to surpass death itself. Are these cold immortals evidence of a third path between life and death, body and spirit? The cloaked figures of the Upper Dolpo. The Upper Dolpo region, among the most remote places on Earth, carries chilling tales of cloaked figures seen gliding silently across glaciers. They are said to be monks who mastered windwalking, traveling without sustenance, using only subtle body energy. Explorers have photographed strange footprints where no human should have survived the exposure. If these beings survive without food or even shelter, it suggests an understanding of the body's true energetic nature far beyond current science. Are these isolated monks proof that the human blueprint was never meant to be so fragile? The missing scrolls of Marpa the translator. Marpa, the legendary Tibetan master and teacher of Milarepa, traveled extensively across India and Tibet, gathering sacred teachings. Yet historical records hint that several key scrolls, detailing methods to transcend hunger and mortality, vanished from his collected works. Were these scrolls deliberately hidden or confiscated? Monastic whispers suggest that certain techniques were deemed too powerful for public dissemination, capable of granting abilities that would destabilize entire kingdoms. If such secrets were removed from history, might they still survive, locked in monasteries unknown to the modern world? The stone sleep of Sikkim. In the hidden caves of Sikkim, tales persist of monks who entered stone sleep, a death-like trance where the body calcifies, becoming stone-like yet alive. After years, they are said to awaken, youthful and vibrant. Modern scientists scoff, labeling it metaphorical. Yet ancient carvings depict humans mid-transformation, surrounded by energy patterns. Could this stone sleep be an ancient preservation technology, bypassing hunger and aging alike? If so, were these monks the original time travelers, mastering not just the body, but time itself? The snow silence technique. Among the higher peaks, monks practice an ordeal known as the snow silence, total sensory deprivation under ice caves, fasting for months. According to legend, those who master snow silence return transformed, needing no ordinary nourishment ever again. Scientists studying sensory deprivation note radical brain changes, activation of dormant neural pathways, spontaneous body heat generation, even altered DNA expression. Could it be that, under extreme conditions, the human body defaults to ancient survival modes that modern civilization has buried deep beneath comfort and excess? The monastic guardians of the Rurich Codex. In 1925, explorer Nicholas Rurich claimed to have encountered monks guarding an ancient codex high in the Himalayas, a book said to contain knowledge about cosmic energy and human evolution. Witnesses say the monks could sit motionless for days without food or water, their bodies emitting faint luminescence. The codex, if real, has never surfaced in public archives. Was it a mere legend, or did Rorich glimpse a real fragment of a hidden human potential, a reminder that self-sustenance and immortality were once within reach. The forgotten art of spontaneous incorruptibility. In rare cases, monks' bodies after death resist decay for years, sometimes centuries. Known as incorruptibles, these bodies emit no odor and remain flexible. In 2001, the body of Lama Dashi Dorje Itigilov was exhumed, still perfectly preserved decades later. Scientists were stunned. What if these monks didn't just die in fasting states, but activated hidden biological programs preventing entropy itself? If the human body can enter a suspended state naturally, what else lies dormant within our DNA, waiting to be reawakened? The Sapphire Tablets of Pimako. Deep within Pimako, the hidden land of Tibet, lies the legend of the Sapphire Tablets. Crystalline inscriptions said to contain formulas for physical transcendence. Explorers who ventured into Pimako spoke of mind-bending visions, strange energy fields, and monks who appeared to survive without any sustenance. Indigenous tribes revere Pimako as a portal to higher worlds. Could these mythical tablets encode not myths, but lost sciences, instructions to unlock the next phase of human potential through fasting, energy mastery, and DNA awakening? The Whispers of the Chod Ritual. Chod is a terrifying and sacred Tibetan ritual where practitioners intentionally summon their deepest fears and offer their own bodies in a visionary sacrifice. Some monks say Chod practitioners can cut all ties to physical needs, becoming immune to hunger and fear alike. Tonight, the mountains keep their silence, but the echoes of their truth are growing louder. The question is, when the veil finally lifts, will we be ready to remember?